Good people, what's good? What's going on? You guys are listening to your favorite podcast, Connecting the Dots. I'm Caleb Smith.
I am Kimmy Coco.
What's up with you, Kim? You been good?
Yeah, soon you'll be graduating.
Very soon, very soon. A few
Yay!
more weeks,
So if y'all put your Cash App out there.
Nah, I don't even need it. I appreciate it, though. I'm good.
We gonna take up a collection,
Appreciate it.
the
Yeah.
graduation fund.
Yeah, we almost there. And today we got some interesting topics. Kim,
Yes,
you've been
yes.
messaging me back and forth all
Yes,
week. We've been sharing
so
videos,
much has
so-
gone on since we
Yes.
last met.
Yes, so we have the marijuana sales approved by Georgia. American Alliance Football League is dead. No more paychecks. That's crazy. Stephen A. Smith, highest paid ESPN analyst of all time. 10 to 12 million
crazy.
per year. That's like a basketball contract.
That's dope, though.
That's crazy.
He
New
deserves it.
bills in the table. So we'll see how that works out. Nipsey Hussle, that was so sad. And also college scam.
Man.
Becky, she's been in trouble. So
Who?
Becky from Full House.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
her
so-
daughters have cut her off.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna be a very cool, discussion somewhat, just to talk about people, how they try to finesse their way to get people in school, and how that kicks out people like us sometimes who aren't as affluent or people who aren't like in the top 1%.
Exactly.
So that's gonna be very cool. So first, starting off, marijuana, the sales approved by Georgia. So what's up with that, Kim?
So there were a few laws that passed the recent legislative session and now are on Governor Kemp's desk. One of them was the medical marijuana bill, which passed. Everybody should be very happy about that
Yes, that's a
because
step.
CBD oil has been proven to help out with epilepsy and a lot of
Yeah.
different pain
Just pain in general.
in general, yeah, nerve conditions.
Yeah.
So now the medical marijuana bill passed in Georgia, which means that pharmacies would be allowed to sell medical marijuana oil to registered patients. So you have to go to the doctor and you have to be registered. Well, you have to go to a doctor that can prescribe CBD oil, or an alternative medicine doctor.
Right.
And then they have to prescribe it for you. So registered patients, if licensed by the state board of pharmacy. So there's going to be some loopholes and some stops that you're going to have to take before you're able to get it, but
Right.
you can get it, which is a big step.
Yes.
No medical marijuana oil dispensaries will be allowed until they're approved by a new state government commission. That kind of sounds shady. I'm going to look up who that is or what that means, because the state government commission, okay. And 2 indoor cultivation licenses could be issued to companies with up to 100,000 square feet of growing space. So that is good for, I guess, people that have that much space.
That's huge.
And there's a lot of land in Georgia. In the rural
Yes.
areas, you can do that. 4 indoor cultivation licenses can be issued to companies with up to 50,000 square feet of growing space. And the University of Georgia and Fort Valley State University may seek licenses to produce, manufacture, and purchase medical marijuana oil.
Wow.
So that's good.
Yes. That's really good. Hopefully, it can just be legalized for recreational use or
Eventually,
something. Yeah,
I mean,
it
you have
takes
to
time
take
because
a-
I didn't see this happening either. So
There were a few other bills that passed: state budget, teacher pay raises. Margie's Law required doctors to report when women have dense breast tissue, which means how they can protect themselves.
Okay.
Bans car booting on private property. That didn't pass, so you can still get booted. Mandate recess for students in kindergarten through 5th grade. That passed.
So it's mandatory?
Yep.
It should be. It should be.
Relaxes regulation known as Certificate of Need that is aimed at protecting nonprofit hospitals from competition. Limits access to dual enrollment. That passed. Exempts air carriers such as Delta Airlines from paying state taxes on jet fuel. That passed the House at 16%. Creates rules for electric scooters. Those scooters that are around Atlanta all
Talking
the
about
time?
the birds? Yeah. So they
Those are
trying
annoying.
to regulate that?
I know y'all love them.
Have you rode one yet?
Hell no.
That's probably why you don't like it. I used to
I
say
mean,
the
I
same thing.
would. I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I just haven't been in a position where I need to, short distances.
I have an idea for
I
you.
don't live in Cobb. I mean, I live in Cobb, so
I
we
have an
don't
idea
have
for
one.
you,
What?
Ken.
I mean, I could ride one to work.
See, I was going to say either next Sunday or one of these Sundays. You
Oh,
got my
yeah.
word. I'm taking y'all to the Beltline, and I'm going to put you on a bird scooter.
Okay.
On me.
I'll
It's
go.
going to be fun.
Why?
You
Is it
gonna enjoy yourself.
expensive?
Nah.
No, right? It's fun,
Yeah.
right?
It's only
You
like
guys
$1.
do it all the time. You and Sid,
Sid,
right?
Is it like $4 for 30 to 45 minutes?
About like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not expensive.
And we're going to put you on a scooter.
Jay Black, you ride them, right? Or do you ride the scooters?
J-Buck, I remember you said you was crying because it was so cold or something on the scooter.
Oh, he said the tears were coming out of his eyes. The minimum age of marriage increased from 16 to 17 with parental consent in Georgia. Names the new judicial complex the Nathan Deal Judicial Center.
What did Nathan Deal do to deserve?
He was, somebody thought that we needed that. So now we have Nathan Deal Judicial Center. There's a lot of laws that passed.
Yeah.
I saw this on AJC.com. Actually, it lists all of them. We're not going to sit here and read them all.
Right.
But those were a few of the ones that were important to me. Religious liberty and expression in schools did not pass.
That's good. So for that bill, because I remember I'm hearing about that in class, was that geared towards people being able to practice their religion in school or not?
It gives you the option of saying whether or not you want them or you'll let them do it. You know what I mean?
So a school can say if somebody is Muslim, like we don't want for them to practice that.
Yes.
Okay.
What does this say about Lyft? I saw something on here about Lyft that didn't pass. Because remember they
I
were
think
trying
it's right there.
Where?
On HB 74. Uber and Lyft.
Allows drivers of services such as Uber and Lyft to be able to carry guns while they work. That did not pass.
I'm glad that didn't. Or, I mean, I don't know. What you think? Because there have been cases where some Lyft and Uber drivers have been killed before.
Right. Creates a state authority to oversee Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, which is currently managed by Atlanta. There are a few different versions. A different version passed the House and the Senate. So, effective. I guess really the state is not running the airport yet. Expands options for Bible-related elective courses in high school. That passed.
We're in the Bible Belt, man.
But I don't get it because the religious freedom thing.
I'm telling
Okay, I
you.
mean, I guess I don't know. I guess
That's a contradiction.
Yeah.
But I guess that could be used for. But a private school wouldn't fall underneath the jurisdiction of the state.
The DeKalb County boundaries of the school district may not be extended by annexation unless approved in a separate referendum. Changes how courts handle requests for delays by lawyers. Legislators claiming they must attend to their public duties. So I've seen a lot of cases where lawyers have delayed cases for months and months and months.
And just keep pushing it off?
But they can't do that anymore.
Ken, there's something that's real interesting. I saw it and I thought
Where?
that I was like, man, this can't be serious. It's something called the Tim Tebow Act.
Where?
SB 163. It's like right there.
Tim Tebow Act to give homeschool students access to public school extracurricular activities. What does he have to do with that?
They named the whole thing after him. So what it's saying is it saying that if you are homeschooled, you can do extracurricular activities such as play sports?
Yes.
At
the local school. Yeah.
But then you should just be in school then.
Maybe he was homeschooled, Tim Tebow.
Oh, so he probably did that when he was in Florida? So he was
I don't
probably
know.
homeschooling the Tim Tebow Act. Wow, somebody really loves Tim Tebow.
Aims to stop surprise billing at hospitals. That passed the Senate, but not the House. This is crazy, but you have to read some of this because they affect you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You said we could find it on AJC.com, right?
Yeah, on AJC.com, it lists all of them.
I must definitely
And
check
you
it
know,
out.
there was one about the statues. I can't find it on here, but they were downtown protesting that. So usually the day that the House and the Senate vote on these bills is when you see the protesters.
Right.
So in case you're wondering why, like, you know, somebody might say, oh, we're going to be down at the courthouse tomorrow because this is the day
Gotcha.
that they're going to get a chance to vote. And you saw when they were about to pass the abortion ban, you saw a lot of people down there that day.
And that's why.
And that's why.
Okay.
And people will go to jail. I mean, they will literally step in between the doors and go down the aisles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that people will see that they're against it. Computer science course in middle and high schools passed.
That's good.
That should have been already.
A long time ago. Yeah. Man, we are so behind.
We are. And you allows electric membership corporations to provide broadband internet to help rural areas. So are we going to be able
Yeah, you
to
talking
choose
about
them
that.
too? Because then if that's the case, maybe some of our bills will go down. Broadens a prohibition on sex between teachers and high school students. That passed.
That's a real thing, though. I'm serious. Because I remember I had some people close to me. That's what they was down with, and stuff like that happens all the time.
Directs
crazy.
judges to sentence someone found guilty of intentionally flying a drone over a prison or jail at least 1 year.
Hold on, say that again.
Directs judges to sentence someone found guilty of intentionally flying a drone over a prison or jail to at least 1 year. That passed the House and the Senate.
Interesting.
Wow. Revives a 201-year-old dispute over Georgia's northern border and seeks to pursue negotiations with Tennessee and North Carolina.
What?
That passed the House and the Senate.
So are they trying to expand Georgia's northern border?
Apparently.
But why does that matter?
Maybe because they need more land to grow CBD oil. That land at the border is very mountainous. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, it is. It is.
I don't know that,
Yeah.
what that's
Blue Ridge
about.
Mountain and
And
all
maybe
that.
there's oil there. I don't know.
True.
It's probably something.
Something
Water,
is there.
oil.
Water, oil,
Oh, and gold as well.
gold.
Because you know, what is it? University of North Georgia in like Dahlonega. That's where all the gold was found, and that's like all the way up there. So that's probably part of it.
You
Damn.
said that passed?
Yes.
Yeah. And you said it was what, 201 years old?
201 years old. It passed the House and the Senate.
I guess how many acres or miles did they get? Did it say an exact number? Or how much land did they actually get, or how far that the border is extending?
It doesn't say it on here, but I'm sure if we look up HR 51, we could find out.
That's very interesting.
Let's look it up.
Are we gonna have a civil war?
We could. HR 51. Forest land fair market value. Prescribed methodology. This is just crazy. HR 51, just joint Georgia, North Carolina, and Georgia, Tennessee Boundary Line Commission. You see all this?
Creating the joint.
It creates a Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee Boundary Line Commission. And for other purposes. What would those be?
Right. They left that very vague, and they just left it there.
Yeah. I don't know, y'all, but I think that we should be paying more attention to stuff like this.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Right. Georgia Governor Kemp's bill allowing him to request a Medicaid waiver and an ACA insurance market waiver from the federal government. Requires a vandal who damages a Georgia monument to pay up to 3 times the cost of the damage and legal fees.
And you know what that's for.
You know what that's for.
Yep.
So that passed. They don't want you doing anything to these Confederate monuments
Nothing.
once they pass the bill that says they don't have to take them down.
There you go. That's it.
And they sneak some of these in.
Yeah, very subtle. And two, just like what you pointed out in that resolution for the Georgia border, how they say things for other purposes.
Right.
Yeah, so it's
so
just
that
stuff
just
like
leaves
that.
it open for them to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Changes how courts handle, okay, we said that. Protect citizens from lawsuit if they damage a vehicle to rescue an animal in danger.
Wow.
Protect citizens from a lawsuit if they what? So if I see your dog in the car, I could just go tear up
Send
your
it.
car and not end up having to pay for that?
That one's not for black people. We
No.
don't care that much.
Clarifies when
Yeah,
to
we
stop.
don't care that much.
Clarifies when to stop for a school bus. Okay, that one I get because, when there's a median in the road, like a grass median or a concrete median, then if you're on the other side going in the opposite direction, you don't have to stop. Like before, people were getting tickets for that, and now you can do that.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Really? See, now you can do it.
I thought like if it said it's a 4 lane, basically if you 2 lanes away, you don't have to stop, right?
Right.
I was far away.
Yeah.
And they gave me a $200 or $400 ticket.
And sent the picture.
Ban. The ban on using public money or property to display Confederate monuments unless they're housed inside museums did not pass.
Hold on.
So they can use public money or property to display Confederate monuments, basically.
Wow. Hey, they love that Confederate history, man.
Exactly.
It's their legacy. That's what they like.
So
to say.
those
It's
are
their
just a
history.
few of the ones that
Heritage.
passed here in Georgia. Most importantly being the CBD growth and distribution and the The abortion ban. So what we didn't mention last time on the last episode about the abortion ban is that it allows women to collect child support before they even have the baby.
That sounds like a scam already, man.
You gonna get a month worth of child support?
Huh?
That's only a month worth of child support.
1 month? You're pregnant for 9 months.
Oh, you said.
Yeah, so like throughout the whole process,
Yeah.
she'll be getting paid child support before she even has the child.
How do you even establish paternity though? Do they
Right?
have a
How do
way?
you even know who's the dad?
Do you have a way to establish paternity before?
That's a good argument.
So they gonna make it to where the woman can't get abortions, then charge the man child support.
Yes. That's what I said. This is crazy.
Test while the baby's in the womb, but it's really dangerous for the baby.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't sure of.
But it's not healthy for the baby.
I'm telling y'all, this is a loophole to put black men in jail. I'm telling you, because then they won't be able to pay the child support throughout those 9 months. So before the child is even born, he's already been in court and he might face time.
That's not right.
That sounds so bizarre. Like, we're going to make you keep this baby.
And we're gonna make the dad pay for it.
That's wild.
Well, Governor Kemp has until May 12th to sign it, so maybe they will, change it up a little bit
Right.
before. But as a man, I would be pissed off.
Yeah,
Law is not built for us,
it's not.
especially a black man.
I just don't get it.
That's facts.
We need the support of our queens.
Yeah. Nubian queens. We need you.
We got y'all. We got y'all. I mean, but we have to be the ones to decide ultimately whether we're gonna
Keep it or not?
keep it or not.
Yeah. And you
Well,
would
maybe
only
now
get,
that-
12 weeks?
Of what?
For the heartbeat bill, it said that you would have like 12 weeks, right? 6 weeks.
6.
That's
and
nothing.
with child
It
support,
doesn't mean you get 6 weeks from the time you find out you're
Right.
pregnant. It means you get 6 weeks from the time you became pregnant, which at sometimes you don't know yet.
That's wild.
I mean, like 8 weeks, probably. 2 months. You didn't get your period the first month. You're like, eh. But now you're 5-6 weeks in. You're like, okay, let me check, and it's too late.
I thought with like child support, that's like, what if the woman don't want to do child support? You don't have to do that, right?
You do if the father gets custody of the child, then you
No, I'm
go for
saying-
child support.
I'm saying like, because you said they should pass a law where they require the child support throughout the 9 months.
Yeah.
And the women be like, no, I don't want to do that. Can the
You
woman
don't.
say,
I mean, I
"Oh,
think
she don't have a choice.
no. She doesn't have to. You would have to seek. You have to go to the court. I mean, they're not
But
going to ask
right
you
now,
who your
that
baby's
goes-
father is at the
Oh,
doctor
it's
and make you pay
basically
child support.
it's an option.
So I mean, right?
Yeah, so I want for you to be the one to pay this child support. Yeah, she's just picking and choosing at that point.
Yeah, but still, she can still do that if she doesn't. No,
True.
you can have
This is
3
scary,
dudes paying
man.
child support before you have the baby. I just don't get how that's gonna work. But okay, enough
They
about
gonna get
that.
a check off of this thing.